Thanks for coming back to the BNS channel. My name is Edie Ann. I am a bariatric patient. I had surgery back in May of this year, 2018. And I wanted to share some thoughts with you. You'll have to excuse my voice. I'm coming down with something. I don't know if it's flu season or what, but we're just finishing up the holidays, and I hear and watch and I see, I belong to a lot of the bariatric groups on Facebook. I watch a lot of YouTube videos of people who have had bariatric surgery, and I'm following their journey. And some of the things that I find often, there's a common denominator, and it goes along with the fear of gaining our weight back, right? We go through this massive surgery. We have a lot of courage to make the decision to have it done. We understand that, the doctor is shrinking our stomach to make it make us less able to fill it at the magnitudes that some of us might have in the past. But here lies in the problem. I don't care what kind of surgery you had. I don't care how many revisions you've had. If you don't change this, you're probably going to gain your weight back. And I know I'm not out from my surgery for very long. It's been, 7 months. I don't claim to know everything. I probably haven't even gone through some of the worst parts of this journey yet. But I do know, and part of my life being as a mindset specialist is understanding that no matter what addiction you have, what problems we have, they will always follow us through our life if we don't change this. You cannot expect to experience new things, see things in a new way, if you don't change what you have been doing. My dog has a squeaky toy. So let me explain this to you. It's more important for us. It's not about what we can't do now. Right? As a bariatric patient, it's not about what we can't do now. We can't smoke. We can't drink alcohol. We can't eat bread. We can't, it's not about what we cannot do now that we've had surgery. It's about what we can do. The things in our life that are changing because we had bariatric surgery, and the outcomes of all of that hard work into liquid diets and the healing and the exercising and all of these things that are part of our bariatric journey. It's not about what we can't do now. It's about what we can do now. And honestly, that's all perspective. It's all mindset. It's all on how we want to see how this journey is for us. During the holidays, I'm sure that there were a lot of people that said, it's the holidays. I'm just going to live a little. It's not going to hurt me. How many times of you saying that until you start noticing a difference and until you start seeing changes on the scale going up? How many times and what perspective can you maintain before you start gaining the weight back? And before you start seeing the changes in how you feel? Guys, it's not about what we can't do now. Stop focusing on the fact that you can't have sugar. Stop focusing on the fact that you can't smoke. Stop focusing on the fact that you are not supposed to be drinking alcohol. and start focusing on the things that you can do without those things. Right? What we focus on, we get more of. And so if you're going to focus and get so hung up on the fact that you can't have your latte at Starbucks every day because it has 500 calories in it and it's loaded with sugar, stop finding ways to make it okay to do something similar to what you used to do. Let me give you an example. You know, you're looking for something fried or you're looking for something crunchy or whatever. So what do? You bake cheese. First of all, to me, it tastes disgusting. I have tried it. I will be honest, and I have tried it. It's carbs. There's carbs in there, right? I'm looking at a website here. You know, the first 100 pounds of your bariatric surgery is going to be because of the surgery. Because you have shrunk your stomach and you are now retraining yourself to eat less. And it's from the surgery. But I'm here to tell you that after the first 6 months, after the first year, you're going to get to a point where you can eat the same amounts that you used to eat. Isn't that scary? Isn't that not something that you want to go back to? Right? So why would we focus on eating the same bad carbs and processed foods that we have always eaten to get us to the point where we were prior to surgery? I am going to tell you, and I'm going to put myself out on a limb here, and I'm going to say that after you've lost your initial weight from bariatric surgery, that 97% of maintaining and keeping it off is all going to be from habits and mindset. If you had a habit of having a latte every day, it's going to be harder to break that unless you change your mind and you just don't have them anymore. You know, I don't think I'm just reading something very quickly. Did you ever meet an obese vegetarian and slightly wonder, how'd they get obese if they are vegetarian? Same deal. It's not the vegetables, it's the other stuff. The processed carbs like French bread pizzas and Little Debbie iced oatmeal pies, the fries, baked potatoes and sour cream, butter, bread, macaroni, rice, tortillas, and sugar. Not the broccoli, not the tomatoes, and not the watermelon. You know, one of the best tools that I have been given since I started this journey was eat protein first. Eat protein first. If you still have room and you're still hungry, then hit the vegetables and fruits. If you're still hungry, then that's when you go back to protein and refill yourself on protein. I just feel like it's just a change. I'm not going to smoke anymore. I'm not going to have alcohol. I am not going to be eating sugar. And if I do, it's probably hidden in some of the foods that I'm eating. But if that's the case, then I'm probably not watching what I'm eating, right? Because typically sugar comes from carbs. And they're bad carbs. There are good carbs, right? Know your nutrition labels. Everybody should. I don't care if you had bariatric surgery or not. Everybody should learn their nutritional labels. When I look at a nutrition label, I wish I had something here that I could show. The very first thing I look at on the nutrition label is how much protein there is. If it's above 6, it'll get my attention. And then I'll go and look at the number of carbs. If the number of carbs is above 10, it's probably going to get put back on the shelf. I don't look at calories. I look at the amount of protein, and then I look at carbs and sugars. So those three things get looked at almost identical. If there's sugars in there, it probably gets put back on right away. So I would say protein, then sugars, and then carbs. But those three factors are the big things that I look at every label if I'm going to be introducing something new back into my diet. I guess I just want you guys to understand that your perspective and your mindset and the way that you look at how your life is going to be is ultimately going to make or break how this works for you. You know, it's not going to last without change. You have to make changes in order for this to last. It has to be a lifestyle change. You've heard that term before. That's what that means. This is a lifetime thing that you're doing. You made a big decision to do this, right? Don't expect change without making one. What does that mean? That means don't drink while you're eating. Wait 20 minutes before or after, right? So you can allow the nutrients to be absorbed of the food that you're eating. See, what happens is if you drink while you're eating, it flushes the food through too quickly, and then all of a sudden you're hungry again. And now you're just eating to eat, and it's not eating to sustain, right? You know, don't do the macaroni salad. Don't eat the bread. Don't eat the crackers. Don't eat the rice. Stay away from the carbs and stay away from the sugar. It's not about what you can't do now. It's about what you can. You lose all this weight. If you go back to your bad habits, it's all for naught. And we don't want that, right? We don't want that. We didn't make this big change and this big decision to have it come back on us. You know, people say that weight loss surgery or bariatric surgery is the easy way out. Well, I'm here to tell you the easy way out is that first boost. There it is. The first boost that you get of weight loss is because your stomach is smaller and you physically cannot put more food in there. But let me tell you that after that initial weight is lost, it ain't easy. It's just as hard as it is for everybody else. Still got to work out, still got to eat right, still got to be mindful, still got to break bad habits, still got to make better choices. It ain't easy. I get it. But I will tell you that it's as easy as you make it. It's about perspective. If we think that it's hard and we make it hard, then it's going to be hard. If we think that it's easy and it's simple choices, then it's going to be simple and it's going to be easy and it's going to be something that gets in tune to who you are as a person, and it becomes a complete lifestyle change at that point. You know, it's letting yourself understand that yes, we make mistakes, but by gory, let's learn from them rather than remake them and allow ourselves to make those mistakes. You know, it's one thing to be apologetic, but if you're constantly apologizing for the same thing, guess what? It gets really old. It gets really old. You know, I'm thinking that I want you to get rid of some of those terms that we have. It's okay to make mistakes every now and then. Don't make it in the first place. That's what I say. Don't make it in the first place. You know, everything in moderation. Huh? Not when you have habits, not when you have an addiction to food. Moderation is like saying to an alcoholic, here, have a little sip of this gin. It's fine. Really? Because it's not, right? It's like saying, here, have a puff of this cigarette. I know you quit smoking, but have a puff of this cigarette. I guarantee you that it won't be the last. You can't do that to a food addict. You can't do that to an unhealthy person. It's the same level of intenseness that needs to be given, the attention that needs to be given to it. You need to break the habits. It's not all in moderation. I'm sorry, it's not. It's not. And don't make a muffin out of protein powder and say it's okay to eat that muffin because there's protein in it. I'm a culprit of that. Oh, there's a lot of there's 30 grams of protein in there because you added in that protein mix. Yeah, well, there's still all the other stuff in there too. You know, I remember my daughter saying, okay, you want to have a piece of carrot cake because there's carrots in it? It's still cake, right? I just think that it's super important that we have the ability to understand what this tool is all about, and that it's not about what we can't do anymore. It's about what we can do now. And those non-scale victories. I'm in a group and this girl posted a picture of her hugging her knee, literally kissing her knee and saying, I don't know the last time I was able to do that. You know, sitting in a bathtub, having the water actually go over your body and being able to move in the bathtub. These are non-scale victories. It's not about what you can't do anymore. It's not about not having a bagel. I can't ever have a bagel anymore. Oh my God. But guess what? You can probably run around your grandchild in the yard and run after them and go on the swing and play ball and climb up those stairs and go in the bathtub and clean yourself properly and have those momentous moments of climbing to the top of the Statue of Liberty because you can. Did you guys know that that was my turning point? I knew something was drastically wrong when I went to the Statue of Liberty and could not make it to the top. That was never something that I wanted to get to. I never ever wanted to get to a point where something I dreamed of doing couldn't be done because of my health and my weight. It's not about what you can't do. It's about what you can do. Right? Be good with the fact that you're never going to have alcohol again. Be good with the fact that you're never going to smoke cigarettes again. Be good with the fact that you're not going to eat sugar. Be good with the fact that a bagel is just not going to be something you want in your mouth ever again. Be good with that. Why? Because what comes out here is so much more worth the 5 seconds of bagel that's going to go in your mouth while you're eating. Just remember that, okay? It's not about what you can't do now. It's about what you can. All right? My word for 2019 is strength. My hashtag is find your inner strength. So guys, go find your inner strength because it's there. It's there. You just got to tap into it. Have an amazing day and Happy New Year.